Football has given me so much pleasure and fun in life, which other girls won't be able to experience throughout their lives.
We want the players to be professional, and we want the football to grow all over the world and use it to make a better world.
Football can bring so many people together. I know for me it's certainly given me a lot of opportunities that I never considered I'd have, and it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, it's something which everyone can be involved in.
Rather than it being an option, it's a right. And it's a right for girls and women to play the sport of choice, or their country's sport of choice, which more often than not is football.
There are now 26 million registered female players in the world. It's growing at twice the rate of the men's game. China's Han Duan and England's Siobhan Chamberlain are two players who live a world apart. However, their teams are next to each other in the FIFA World Rankings. Han is charged with the responsibility of scoring the goals for her team, Siobhan for keeping the goals out. There may be little between the two sides on the pitch, but the balance has changed in other ways. 7 years ago, the English FA set up the National Player Development Centre at Loughborough University to improve the national team.
It's been amazing being at Loughborough. Being here you get to train every day, so having a ball at your feet every day is definitely going to help you improve as a player, because if you were just training with your clubs then once, twice, possibly even 3 times a week maximum, and it's not going to enable you to improve as much as you want to or need to be at the best level you can.
Lois Fiddler is manager of the Player Development Centre.
An integral part of the PDC is to honour the academic side of the scholarship. The realisation is that not many will be able to earn a full-time wage whilst just playing football in this country. So our responsibility is to capacity build the individuals, so when they leave the centre they can actually pursue a career in an area that they've chosen, and we'll give them the best possible opportunity to do that.
China have the most women players in the world, and though the team has not been as successful recently, the impact of China hosting the World Cup is massive for fans and players. At 24, star striker Han Duan is a veteran of the Steel Roses, having made her debut back in 2000.
When I was a child, I was like a boy, running around everywhere. I love sport. I like to run, jump and ride bicycles. My dad liked football. He is a very keen fan. He thought I had some sporting talents and taught me how to play football with the boys.
Basically, her interest in football came from me. If I played football, I always took her along and let her watch to get a feel for the game. Sometimes we played with neighbours, and I always tried to feed the ball to her. She usually then had a shot at goal, and more often than not would score.
At that time, it was just for fun. Because he played so much, he started to teach me some basic skills. Later on, I read an ad in the paper looking for children to play football. I applied and began a training program. I played and got a feel for it. And later, I started to take it more seriously until I decided to follow it as my career.
Even though China have the most women players in the world and were runners-up in the 1999 World Cup, they're currently undergoing a prolonged period of transition. East has looked to the West and appointed Sweden's coach Marika Domanski-Lifors to the national team.
I came as a coach to China from Sweden, and I don't think there are so many differences on the field, but it's more outside the field. I know how it was in Sweden when we had the World Cup, that inspired many girls to start to play football. I hope that young girls want to play football and start to play football earlier than they do now.
The feeling and pleasure you get on the football pitch is so unique. Of course, I have given away so much of myself to it, but I think it's been worth it. I thank God for giving me the opportunity of playing football, for letting me be the way I am and different. I am happy to feel proud of myself.